Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another Red Dead Redemption 2 video. My name is SaintsFan, and today I want to show you guys 10 of the weirdest things in this game. Like all Rockstar titles, there is some weird stuff, and in this video, I'll be showing you guys where you can actually find these things at. So the first thing, this is probably the most known about weird place, the UFO Site. This is a little west of the Van Horn trading station. You can actually find it next to this lake. And if you go inside, it was almost like there was this cult that mass committed suicide. And there's some really creepy stuff in there. And like most of us know, if you come back at 2 a.m. in the morning, you will see an alien UFO spaceship hover over this building, and overall it's definitely one of the creepier locations in the world. Next up is another pretty known one. This one is the Mutant Bear Pig thing. I don't exactly know what to call it. It's this giant combination of all kinds of animals. You'll find this one also left west of the Van Horn trading station. There's this lone house. You have to do some climbing to get up. Once you get inside, you will definitely notice the giant creature. And in addition to it, what makes this place creepy is all the other little notes and pictures that you see. So if you want to experience some weird stuff, then that's definitely the house you're going to want to go to. Now, as for some characters, this next guy, again, is somewhat near the Van Horn trading post. I believe it's in Butcher's Creek, and it is this banjo mutant guy. I don't exactly know what's wrong with them. I did see, however, this guy is based off of someone in real life, but this guy is super strange looking. Got all kind of problems. Got a weird neck, weird looking body, weird looking face. But hey, give him credit. He's having fun playing his banjo. There's actually a bunch of really weird stuff in this part of the map, but the banjo guy is definitely one of the weirder ones. The next place we're going to go is actually inside of the Van Horn trading station. And at a certain point towards the end of the story, I believe, you will get the side quest inside of the bar. And that's where you meet, I believe his name is Bertram. And this guy is all kind of messed up, man. Dude's got a weird looking head. He talks to this weird lady, and they are actually friends with this weird dwarf looking guy who's a magician. It's actually a really funny and really cool mission that you take part of, but it's definitely one of the weirder parts, the weirder ones in the game. The one or two actually that we just talked about recently, we'll start with the vampire. There's vampires in this game. I was not expecting that when I first started playing. You will find the vampire. I made a video on this, but you'll find him in Saint Denis after you do some things, and you'll find him at nighttime feeding on someone in a back alley. And you can actually kill him. You can get his little dagger, which is kind of cool, but that's definitely very weird. One that is weird and creepy is the Strange Man. So this one is definitely on the top of the list in regards to the creepiest things Rockstar put into this game. This strange man shows up in this cabin sort of on the western side of the marsh. It's by itself, tucked away in this little like mini peninsula, and there's all kind of weird stuff in here. We talked about this yesterday or 2 days ago, I believe, and you'll find stuff about yourself, about your character, Arthur, and eventually you'll see this guy appear in the mirror, but you won't see him appear when you turn around. So this guy's following you. He's only in the mirror, but he's not there actually like in the real world. Very, very strange, very creepy. And we still don't know where that Easter egg or that little mini story goes. Now, actually going back to the Vansburg or the Van Horn trading station, if you go to the post office, you may notice something very odd about the guy behind the counter. Now, this is weird, and it's definitely creepy, but it's kind of just like out there. They don't even really say much about it. But the guy behind the counter, there's, I think, two possibilities. One, he's some sort of undead vampire or zombie, or he's like a night folk. Just something about the guy's face, though. It doesn't look right. He does not look like a normal human. So I thought that was very strange. Then we're going to get into the more paranormal parts about the game. If you go into the Blue Water Marsh at about 1 to 3 a.m. in the morning, you may start hearing a ghost. You may start hearing this voice. And if you follow it and if you start seeing fog coming in, then you should, if you look around, see the ghost. You can see in my game, I heard her for a little bit, and then I actually only saw her for a couple of seconds. If you get too close to her, she does vanish. But that is something that you can find out, and apparently she brings you on this little story where she goes to different locations from what I read. So if you want to look more into that, then you can, but that's definitely a weird little interaction. She actually shows up on the map too as a little white dot. But again, make sure you don't get too close. Then finally moving away, because if you notice, a lot of that stuff revolved around the eastern side of the map, kind of around that Van Horn trading post. But if we go all the way to the left-hand side of the map, to the left, to the west of the Lake Oangila, if you come out here, you may notice this really strange ritual ground. I think it's the Pagan ritual ground. You can actually find a mask here that's kind of cool, but this is definitely one of the weirder places in the game. There's a bunch of markings on the ground, and apparently these markings do coincide with markings that you can find in the marsh. So I'm wondering if there's some big conspiracy here or some big thing behind all this. But you got this half human on a pike. Definitely a strange location. And then to wrap this video up, unfortunately, you can only find this last one once you get into the epilogue because it is south of the tall trees, but basically right under the L in tall trees on the map. If you come over here, you should notice what looks to be these kids that are all just like piled up in this pit. And if you do some reading of the newspapers in the game, I believe the Blackwater soccer team went missing, and I'm assuming these are those missing kids. This is the missing soccer team. The weird part about this is that they have these like these clown masks, it almost looks like, and I'm wondering exactly what happened and why they were brought up here. But those were 10 of the weirdest things in Red Dead Redemption 2. I know we've said weird a lot in this video, but that's the way it goes. Thank you all for watching. Please drop the video a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe for more awesome Red Dead Redemption 2 content. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.